Before we dive into today's episode, don't forget to check us out at bestyearever_pod on Instagram, bestyearever on YouTube and Blue Sky, or send us an email at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe on all your preferred podcast listening platforms.
All right, let's start this shit.
Hell yeah. Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we attempt to answer this very important question. Was 1999 the best year ever for movies? I'm your host, Casey Glenn, and with me is my co-host, the curious, imaginative, and sometimes impulsive Jesus Gonzalez. Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Casey. I like that. I was curious to see if you're gonna compare me more with Hogarth, or, by the way, amazing name for a kid, or the Iron Giant. I think I cut in the middle. I'm somewhere there in the middle.
Yeah, well, the words I gave you were specifically for Hogarth, so...
Yes, yes, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Casey?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is our feel-good movie. I feel like we needed one, especially after last week's okay movie. It was fine.
Yeah. Last week for the listener, yesterday for us.
Yes. Yeah. But we needed something happy and maybe a little sad, but definitely cute. So what did we watch, Casey?
We watched The Iron Giant.
We did watch The Iron Giant.
Yay.
And I am so happy that you liked it. I didn't know, spoilers, you liked it. Casey liked it.
Mm-hmm. I did.
But I didn't know how you were going to react to this movie. I didn't know if it was going to be too sad. It does end on a positive note.
Yeah, it does. Thank God. From
what I heard, Brad Bird, the director, wanted it to be a little bit more ambiguous, but I'm glad it ended like that.
Yeah, me too.
You haven't seen this before, have you?
No,
first time seeing it?
Yeah, this is my first time.
And what was your first impressions? I've been a while since I've asked you that. Like, how do you feel after watching this movie?
I feel fine. You know, I felt like relieved at the end, to say the least. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was great. Enjoyed it.
Is it a movie that you feel like you're gonna watch over and over again, or maybe
maybe when I have kids. But
not for you.
Well, here's the thing: I never rewatch movies. Like
this is true.
Yeah,
unless they're extremely stressful and about, I guess, business.
Yes, and like I rewatch movies to like show them to other people. So like even like, you know, extremely stressful movies like Blackberry, like I don't rewatch that like just by myself. Like I would never do that. Like the only times I've rewatched it, like the first time I saw it in theaters, it was just me and Samuel. The second time I saw it in theaters, it was me, Samuel, Joey, and Era. And then the third time I saw it was for this podcast. Right? So I'm always just doing it for somebody else.
For somebody else.
For somebody else, for my benefit, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I just never rewatch movies. So the Iron Giant did not take offense to this.
No. And I think that what I'm asking is, we never really talk about animation. This is the first animated movie that we watched in this podcast, which is crazy. We didn't watch The Lion King in 1994.
Yeah.
Wild. Although it's fine because everyone's talked about The Lion King so many times.
Yeah.
But this being an animated movie, I feel like there are different things that I get when I watch a live action animated. An animated, obviously everything has to be extremely, extremely nailed down and detailed. I did catch one mistake that I always enjoy catching mistakes in animation, like the disappearing raccoon in Bambi. That's something that's always stuck in my head. I kind of would like rewatching, I think, more animated movies than live action movies. Just because I catch like different things, and then I sometimes I'll watch it for the details, and then sometimes I'll watch it for the style, and then sometimes I'll just watch the background. This movie had gorgeous backgrounds inspired by mid-century American artists like Rockwell, which the town is named after. So that's kind of why I like watching animated movies over and over. The other movie that I almost made you watch, but it's not 1999, maybe we'll do it for our favorite movies, is The Land Before Time.
No. watch that. I watched it as a kid. I don't want to rewatch it. No.
Okay, now we're definitely watching it.
Please, no.
That movie has a perfect start to any animated movie. I don't know why. To me, when it comes to animation, I think this Land Before Time and the first one, to be perfectly clear, then it becomes like just a cartoon. But the Land Before Time and Iron Giant share a lot of similarities when it comes to the style and animation and the feeling that you get out of it. Obviously, Iron Giant a lot more happier, but
yeah. To me, there were moments in the Iron Giant that the animation reminded me of Atlantis.
Yeah,
which
I can see
is
that.
an animated movie that I really enjoy and would rewatch growing up. I feel like even as a kid, I didn't rewatch a lot of stuff, but Atlantis was one that I always rewatch.
Yeah, because you had a thing for Milo, whatever.
No, I absolutely did not.
Wait, I thought you told me you did. Am I making that up? I might be making that up. I thought you did. Didn't you?
Maybe
Didn't we compare? Wait, hold on.
Now? I don't know.
We compared some characters that we saw to Milo. Is it Milo or Milo, right?
Milo. Yeah, Milo Thatch.
Oh, Sad Russell Crowe. It was Sad Russell Crowe, and I think you compared it to Milo.
Yeah, I guess in the terms of like being
maybe.
famous, I definitely don't think Milo has no riz. He's so awkward.
Zero, which
he makes me have secondhand embarrassment.
Which is the whole point.
Yeah, and that's not cute.
But this, I'm happy that you bring that up because like that one, and then Treasure Planet, extremely underrated also.
Yeah.
It's this era where and we as designers and artists are having a similar shift in how we do things with AI. Because this era was when the artists that created these movies, these cartoons, were clinging to 2D. They were like 2D is still around and it's still happening. Everyone wanted to be Toy Story or like CGI, and the Iron Giant is CGI. So a lot of these cartoons combined 2D and 3D, but they were trying to make a case that 2D is a beautiful art form. And honestly, I think they succeeded, if only maybe 20 years later. They failed at the time. But if I watch the Iron Giant and then I watch Toy Story 2, which Toy Story 2 is a great movie, but Iron Giant will be beautiful forever. Toy Story 2 looks very dated. It looks ugly.
Yeah. It's kind of like Shrek. Like Shrek looks dated.
Yes.
Yes. But then once again, it kind of like hits the nostalgia factor. Because for me, I'm like, it's beautiful because it is dated, right? And so it's but I also grew up with those, like, as children's movies, you know?
But like Kung Fu Panda is also dated, but it has some really cool style. Like Kung Fu Panda is that dated 2D movie, a 3D movie, but it combines actually a little bit of 2D, and it has a painterly style. It has a very specific style. But a lot of the cartoons in this era were straight up 3D with very little stylistic choices. And movies like Iron Giant and Atlantis and the Treasure Planet had very specific styles, and on this one was Americana. But before we get too much into it, I already kind of spoiled it. Let's do Letterboxd. We haven't even started on Letterboxd. So our very own Casey Glenn, you gave it, which makes me very happy, 4.5 stars. Your reviews: I truly think the only thing missing from the movie was a cute montage. No notes otherwise. Yeah. I disagree.
Okay.
There was a montage, and I'm glad that it did. Actually, there were a couple of montages, but I'm glad they didn't extend it.
Like a full clip show montage. That's
no,
what I wanted.
I'm so glad they didn't. Do you wanted the Iron Giant and Hugger being friends while the FBI agent, the bad guy Ken, was pooping, and then have Phil Collins sing in the background? That's what you wanted.
Hell yeah! Here's the why. And I don't know. You might read the same review.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
You might read the same review that I'm about to reference, but there is something about this movie, and I think it's what makes this movie great to me, and what also kind of hurts it. It's so efficient. This movie is incredibly efficient.
It is very efficient. I like that about this movie. It wasted time on anything.
I liked it for that too, but I was like, we could have had a little bit more fun. That's all.
There's actually a special edition of this. I don't think we watched that one, but there's 2 extra scenes added to it.
Yeah, so I saw that there was one, the 1999 one was an hour and 20 minutes, and then there was a 2015 release or something like that was an hour and 40 minutes. And I watched the 1999 version because obviously we're talking about 1999. But yeah, I'd be interested to take a look at the additional scenes.
Me too. They added a little bit of the background. They tell you where the Iron Giant comes from, like what he was.
That's cool, yeah. Because like I understand why they didn't in this movie, but I was like curious, obviously.
But I'm glad that they didn't. I like the mystery. They don't have to, because it's just a lost dog. It's a dog and its boy. That's the story.
Yeah.
And then the other cutscene was a scene between Dean and the mom, Jennifer Aniston. Maybe that one I would have, because I needed a little bit more of her at the end calling him honey. Like, it's going to happen, but it was kind of out of nowhere a little bit. So I kind of wanted a little bit more interaction between them. But I think there was enough, which is weird to say for a cartoon, enough chemistry between them that you bought it.
Because he had enough chemistry, like in and of himself. I'm like, this is...
Jennifer Aniston was just there for a spoiler, she's going to win my worst actor ever.
Okay,
she took me out of the movie.
The same page.
She took me out of the movie.
And to be fair,
I kept hearing Friends, like Jennifer Aniston Phoebe. That's not Phoebe. Who was?
Rachel.
I didn't. Whatever. I didn't watch that show.
I think that was a mistake on the casting director's part, and I will still give her worst actor ever for it too.
Especially because Dean looked a little bit too much like Joey from Friends.
That's so funny that you even put that together. That's crazy. I wish they would have gotten somebody more seasoned, because this was her first time voice acting. And like you could tell this was her first time voice acting. But you know who, a traditional screen actress that I think is really great at voice acting?
Who? I mean, there are many, but who?
I mean, Reese Witherspoon. She's like one of those ones that like I could see her doing it for the first time and her being like fantastic at it.
I mean, the ultimate best voice actor and also actor is Mark Hamill.
I mean, duh. I said actress. I'm talking about women here.
Well, I'm a little embarrassed that I can't think of a... I mean,
I got a few other...
I know who exactly who. Mm-hmm. I just because you just put me on the spot. Well, you didn't, but I'm putting myself on the spot.
For $1, name a woman.
I don't even remember her name, but I'm gonna cheat.
Okay, some other traditional actresses that I think are great at voice acting. While Jesus looks up this one woman,
Katie Siegel.
What?
Katie Segal?
What I've seen her in.
Married with Children. And she's Leela, and she's like, she said she does a lot of voice acting, and then she's amazing in everywhere she is.
Yeah,
and everything she does.
Yeah.
Aha! I named one woman.
Yeah. Good job.
I'm not a misogynist.
Angela Lansbury, also incredibly skilled voice actress. And then there was another. This one.
Because we need to get into this movie.
No, we're talking about women right now.
Because I was gonna say that she's the only kind of stunt casting. Because all of the rest of them are actors, but they're more voice actors than
well, Harry Connick Jr. I'm not sure. I don't know if he counts.
That's true, because he kind of was.
He's a little bit like a Donny Osmond to me. You know?
Yeah, he was kind of starting at 1999. He was going to maybe be like a star, or maybe not. He didn't, but
which I think is really unfortunate. I think I think he has great things to offer the world.
Was Will and Grace already on there at the time? It was, right? Yeah. Great actors. All right, do you want to talk more about women, or can we do more Letterboxd reviews?
Let's do more Letterboxd reviews.
This 5-star review with a heart. There's a lot. I think this is the first movie that has a lot, overwhelmingly majority of 5 stars with hearts reviews. Number 1 Gizmo fan says, me crying over a hunk of metal saying Superman? No way. I love that it was so cheesy, but very believable.
Yeah.
I didn't feel pandered to.
No. Because of how like the Iron Giant was specifically. If he was like more of if he had a larger grasp of the English language, it would have been incredibly cheesy.
Yes. This next one, another 5-star with a heart. Watch it with my 6-year-old. Movie ends. Total silence. He whispers. That was awesome.
Aww.
Next one. Nothing but respect for my Iron Man. Which I think that was going to be the original movie title.
Yeah, that was the title of the book that it was based off of.
Yeah. This one, 4 stars and a half with a heart. It only has a smiley crying face. What if a gun had a soul and didn't want to be a gun? Crying face. This one, tell me what you think this means. It doesn't have stars. Open parenthesis. I hand her my phone to type out her review. Close parenthesis. Smiley face with hearts.
Gen Z. Absolutely Gen Z. This is somebody who showed their girlfriend this movie and is having them review it. And that's what she typed out. An absolute love, you know?
I thank you for the translation, because it's kind of like,
so
yeah, I think that's what it means. Because it didn't have stars either. This one, which I'm only going to read because the ad that popped up is the new Guillermo del Toro movie, The Frankenstein, which I really want to see. I'm excited for that one. I didn't know it was on Netflix. I hope it comes out in theaters. I want to see that one in theaters. This reviewer says, I have it in good authority that for a few months after this came out, Guillermo del Toro's answering machine said, I'm sorry, I cannot come to the phone right now. I'm watching the Iron Giant. Please leave me a message and I'll get back to you when I finish watching the Iron Giant. That feels like Guillermo del Toro.
That's funny. I have 2 reviews that I want to read from apparently my friends on Letterboxd. This one's from Jacob, who I went to high school with. Shout out, Jacob. Weird era where CGI was masquerading as traditionally drawn animation. Looks pretty dated sometimes. I'd die for Brad Bird. 4 stars. And then this one, also love this guy's name. This guy's name is Joe, but this is not Joey. This is just somebody who I apparently follow. 4.5 stars with a heart. And this is the one that I was referencing. Hits its emotional beats in almost ruthlessly efficient manner. Like if the evil government scientists in E.T. engineered to remake an E.T. specifically designed to bring people of certain specific inclinations to tears. But we wouldn't be movie fans if we didn't enjoy being manipulated, right? I thought it was good.
I was good, and I did hear a lot of comparisons with E.T. And one that I like is that if E.T. actually kicked ass. And yeah, like it's E.T., but he actually kicked some ass. And that's funny. I'm surprised that nobody died, but maybe some people died. They had to die.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, let's do the background. So the Iron Giant, with a budget, is going to be the saddest background ever. With a budget of 48 to 50 million. Big sigh. Box office of 31.7 million. I just want to give worst year ever to 1999 for this. I hate this.
Box office, yeah.
Yeah. Directed by Brad Bird, this was his first movie he directed. Edited by Darren T. Holmes, starring Eli Marienthal as Howard Hughes, Jennifer Aniston as Annie Hughes, Christopher McDonald as Ken Mansley, great bad guy. Harry Connick Jr. as Dean McCuppin, and Vin Diesel as the Iron Giant. I really wish you didn't know that Vin Diesel was the Iron Giant.
I mean, I would have been able to figure it out immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with his performance as Groot. I mean, come on, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. But I will say this movie was released August 4th, 1999. That was when it was its wide release. It was 2 days after I was born. I think that explains maybe why it didn't do so great in the box office. I'm just saying.
The whole world was just around you, literally. You couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember those treks to the Casey Shrine in 1999.
Thank you. So I'm so sorry, Brad Bird. I took away from your success. I apologize profusely.
This is Casey's fault.
Yes.
We're never going to start this movie. Can I show you something before we start this movie?
Yeah. And then I have some fun facts we will do before we
so we said that we said that the stunt casting was Jennifer Aniston and maybe the other guy, but also maybe Vin Diesel. Have you seen Vin Diesel's commercials before this time? All right, I wanted you to experience this with me.
I've
toy
never
commercial
seen it with hair.
Right? A toy commercial. This is pretty much a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle knockoff, but it's instead of turtles, it's sharks, and it's sure sharks because of the 90s.
Get Boomer. This is Boomer. He's got the biggest mouth of them all. He's the whale shark. Say hello to that round mound of pound and his power slam. Very deadly. Oh. He loves to tenderize the competition before he eats him. Then we've got Sledge the Hammerhead. Sledge the Hammerhead loves to floor the competition with the flying headbutt. You got me? He's the leader of the street sharks. He's a great warrior. He's got the real shark skin, and his special power is the right hand roundhouse punch. He sends the competition to a watery grave. Boom! Death. Tell you, I want to show you something up close and personal. I've got something here with such fantastic detail, it's going to blow you away.
Fantastic.
Head shark! Rocky Balboa action.
I'm pretty sure this is how he got the job.
My God. He's like a buffed up nerd. You know what?
100%. He plays D&D more than me. Like, he's like...
That's so funny.
I'm going to tell you, those commercials probably worked. I don't remember that commercial, but I had all of the sharks. I had all of them.
That's so funny.
I remember like the wind-up punch. I had the puppet too. Like, I had everything. I don't know why. I think I had more. Like, I had the TMNT, like the original one, the Ford. I had the Ford TMNT, the robot, and I think I had B1 Rocksteady, the two bad guys. I don't think I had Cran or Shredder. I don't know why, but I had all of the shark ones.
Wow. Okay.
So it worked. Hey.
Look at that. Advertising, baby.
Yeah. Do you want to start the movie?
Yeah, before we get into the plot, I'll, mention a couple of fun facts. So it's the first traditionally animated feature to have a major character, the title character, who is fully computer generated. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And the 1999 film is based on a novel, The Iron Man. The author of this novel, Ted Hughes, who is supposed to have, Annie and Hogarth Hughes share his last name for that purpose. But he wrote the novel as a way to comfort his children after the suicide of their mother, Sylvia Plath, which, fuck you, Ted Hughes. But the story of the movie bears, because he made her miserable. Like, if he had just been a decent husband, she would have.
Wait, do we know that?
Because he cheated on her multiple times.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on that. I think that's sort of complicated. But yeah.
Yeah.
But fuck him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel weird saying it. I don't know.
That's fair. You don't know enough about it. I respect it. That's okay. But the story of the movie bears very little resemblance to the book it's based on. So, yeah, it doesn't get too much credit.
I was going to mention that. I might not keep this because now I feel weird mentioning it. But he did approve of the rewrites. Like, he liked the movie. He pretty much gave the blessing for the movie. And then he died the year before the premiere, I think. 1998. So he didn't see it. So fuck him, I guess.
Karma. So let's start. We're in space. We see good old Sputnik with the little fucking communist symbol on it, which cracked me up.
Beep.
Oh
yeah.
Orbiting the Earth. And we see something crash land into the ocean. It's 1957, so we're during the Cold War. I believe this was also the year that Brad Bird was born. And what it is, it's a mysterious object from space, right, that crashes into the ocean by Rockwell, Maine, we discover. A local fisherman spots the giant with glowing eyes. He's on the radio. He thinks it's a lighthouse, and then he sees two lights. And he fucking
I love that
freaks
reveal.
out.
This movie's great. It has a lot of great reveals.
I agree. And his boat crashes into the Iron Giant. It's fucking swept. He goes to, like, I don't know, he gets ashore somehow. And that's sort of where we start.
I don't know how much I'm going to talk about animation, but I do want to talk a little bit about this intro. Apparently, that intro of panning from space and then into the Earth and then that transition was extremely complicated, which
I believe it.
is what I love about animation, that it doesn't seem like it would, but I can see how it is.
There's another moment later on in the movie that I think Brad Bird like had to like specifically go in and like draw almost like frame by frame, or do a little bit of like drawing frame by frame for like the sake of like of animating it. And it's when he the kid drinks espresso. Apparently he was moving so fast they had to like make these like quick detail changes.
I love that scene. I love that whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll get into it because I really want to talk about that one. I can see how he had to make it perfect. It is one of those things like this that doesn't seem that complicated, but when you think about it, like it's very hard. I'm starting to animate. I'm starting my animation journey, to use buzzwords, and the things that I find that seem very simple have been very complicated to nail down. When I'm animating some like martial arts stuff, I'm having more trouble having the character move the hand from like a resting place to like just extend it like this, real simple, than flips and stuff and quick things like that. I think like simple and intimate things like that have been I can see how difficult that can be. The other thing that I kind of want to mention, I haven't seen it anywhere else, in that intro where it's a storm and the fisherman and you have the huge waves, that feels computer animated, the waves.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But here's the thing, I wouldn't be surprised now, but I don't know back then if this is something that they could do.
Yeah.
Because now this is just like a thing that you can do in Blender. Fairly easy. But back then, like, I don't know if it would have been possible or not, but it feels like that's something also that they did. This movie is full of innovative things, apparently, that happen.
Yeah.
I do like that by the end, the fisherman does get swept up and on the shore next to the lighthouse. So there's a little bit of unreliable narration there. Like, did he really see it? I mean, we saw it, but did he?
Yeah. But he still believes he did. So, like, good for him.
Yeah.
He stuck to his guns. So,
it's funny to me that you think that that's funny.
I don't really think it's funny. It's just, it felt cheesy, so it had to be acknowledged.
I do, sure.
Next day, we're at a diner, and we see this little kid we, are introduced to as being Hogarth.
Hogarth. Great name.
It's a terrible name. But he's a 9-year-old.
That's why it's it's an old man name for a kid.
Yeah.
No notes. Perfect.
So he's about 9 years old, apparently. And we see him go into this diner, and he has this little box, and he goes up and talks to his mom, named Annie, and she's a waitress at the diner. You could tell she's a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids, never stops. Shout out Reba McEntire.
Oh, she would have been great. Well, maybe her voice is too recognizable, but she would have been good in this movie.
I think it would have been too southern for it to take place in Maine.
Yeah.
If it took place in like Georgia, that could have really fun.
I was gonna say maybe she changed her accent. I feel like she could.
Yeah.
But she really has that warmth in her voice that Jennifer Aniston just didn't.
Yeah, I agree. Very good too. So,
it's by the way, it's 9 a.m. for Casey, and it is 6 p.m. for me. So there is a time difference now.
Yes. Yeah. Annie is a waitress at a diner. She works really hard. Hogarth is asking if he can keep this new pet that he found. She mentions concerns about, because they're trying to rent out the room at their house to make ends meet. And she was like, we had an issue with that fucking raccoon that you brought over. And he's like, it's totally fine. She's like, fine, you can introduce me to this little pet. He looks at the box. The pet is gone. No. Where'd it go?
How many times do you think I did that as a kid?
Now that you ask me, I wouldn't be surprised if you did this like 5 times.
That's probably close to, yeah.
Yeah.
I would, and cats, like most of the time I would find like bugs and lizards and things like that. I found a lobster once in a little river that we had by the house. the one thing that my mom never let me keep, and she hated, was cats. That was the one thing.
Wow.
She hated cats. And this is why I had a cat the moment I got married. Like, I want a cat. That's what I'm getting.
That's crazy. I grew up with only dogs and 2 ferrets. Yes, Ivy. She's very upset about talking about other species. Other than
Apparently.
cats.
She's the Iron Giant.
Yeah. We didn't get a cat until I was about 16, and it was a neighborhood cat whose family had moved and didn't take him with them. And so he adopted us, we like to say. And he was already 16 at that time, so he's very old. But that's when I realized, I used to believe that I hated pets, that I just didn't like them. Turns out I just didn't like dogs. I am a cat person.
Yeah, you are definitely a cat person. I'm a animal person.
I think I could, and here's the thing, I also love birds. So I think I could love dogs now that I've been introduced to something that I like. I think I would have a higher tolerance for them. Anyway, I never brought home animals growing up. Shocker.
I did. So I'm happy that you compared me to Hogarth more than the Iron Giant. That's accurate.
Yeah. So we learned that Hogarth's new pet is a squirrel, which very dangerous. Those things will bite you.
Yeah.
And he's looking around for it, and it goes under the table of the character named Dean, right? That's his name?
Dean. Yeah. Who's a beatnik.
Yeah, he's absolute 100% definition of a beatnik in fucking Rockwell, Maine, of all places. But whatever. So he's trying to ask Dean if he can look under his table, because that's where his squirrel went. And he calls out to him multiple times. And finally, he pulls down the newspaper and realizes this guy is fucking asleep. He is tired. He wakes Dean up.
He's probably still drunk or just came down from a high.
Yeah. Even though we never see him drink or smoke.
It's implied. I don't know. He's a beatnik.
Yeah. He explains the situation to Dean. Dean is a homie and really tries to keep it together. The squirrel goes up his pant leg. And Annie comes up. She's like, Hogarth, are you bothering this man? And this guy is really trying to play it cool. But there's a fucking squirrel up his pant leg, and it's getting higher. And he's like, it's totally fine. And then she walks away, and he's like, I'm so sorry, Hogarth. And he stands up, and it's this is a peak animated movie, funny moment that the kids are just cracking up at. He stands up, he unzips his pants, and the squirrel fucking flies out of there. And
from the middle.
From the middle. And just causes an absolute mess of the diner.
Great, little pan around the diner chaos, following the chaos moment, and with the mom. It's great, great directing.
It is. Also, in the middle of this, before the squirrel goes up his pant leg, the ship captain, the local fisherman, is talking at another table about what he saw. And everybody's like, you're fucking drinking, you're
Which is another trope, but I enjoy that trope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dean, while he's talking to Hogarth, supports this fisherman. He goes no, I saw it too. And Hogarth is like, wait, did you really? He goes, no, but we gotta support those guys, Yeah.
Because the other guys also make fun of Dean because they're the outsiders.
Yeah, exactly. Regardless. That's where we are. Yeah. Anything else about the diner scene?
Fun fact, just in case you were curious, squirrels rarely get rabies. So even if he bit Dean, probably nothing would happen other than he got bitten by a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only know this because of The Office. And
that's funny.
that episode, the run against rabies.
That's funny. Is that the one where he eats a lot of fettuccine Alfredo and throws it up?
Yeah, because right before that run, Daryl, I think it's Daryl who's feeding a squirrel, and he's like, "Oh, look at squirrel," and Michael Scott is freaking out because it has rabies. It's gonna kill you. No, squirrels rarely have rabies, so no, it wouldn't have rabies.
That's so funny. I knew somebody growing up who got bit by a squirrel.
Of course, it did.
Still get a rabies shot, just in case.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I've gotten rabies shots. They're not fun.
I have not gotten a rabies shot before.
You get them in the belly button. I don't know why, but and I got it's several because I got bitten by a dog. So dogs are, and it was a just a strange dog, so I didn't know the dog, so I had to get the rabies shot.
Wow.
But yeah, no, not fun. Do not recommend.
Well,
anyway,
we know that Hogarth is like a latchkey kid kind of situation, which is okay. You know, he has a single mom who works 2 jobs, he loves her kids. He's back home. It's nighttime. He's making his own Twinkies, which is great. I think that's something that apparently Brad Bird did as well.
I kind of want to try that. It's going to be disgusting, but I want to try it.
Yeah, surely it's like, ugh. But you let me know. And Hogarth hears something strange as he's watching the TV. And he like goes to investigate because the TV like also isn't working well. So he goes up on the roof and he realizes that their antenna is gone. And so he's like kind of realizing like something strange is happening.
Yeah.
Hogarth gets his little BB gun and his little like helmet with goggles. It's
a little bit of a backstory that's not in the movie. The dad was in either the Army or the Air Force or something like that. I think that was a pilot. So that might explain why he has the helmet and stuff.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I do want to mention that this movie is full of great transitions. One of them was when the mom, Annie, calls Hogarth about she's going to work late. So don't stay up late. Don't watch scary movies. Don't eat snacks. Cut to immediately, he's doing all 3.
Yes, yeah. Just a little menace, he is. But
0 regrets, 0 remorse in his face. He's loving it.
Yeah.
And also the movie, real quick. I love the sci-fi B movie that he's watching. Like the very cheesy, very bad acting. But it's setting the stage of this is kind of an elevated B movie with a robot. But it's setting, I like that it kind of sets that stage. So kids, especially with 0 context, get those context clues.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes out into the woods to investigate, and I can't remember at which point specifically, but he sees the Iron Giant who eats metal, and so Iron Giant's hungry. He's trying to find metal to chomp on.
Yeah, there's another great reveal of Hogarth's going through the forest. He sees some signs of like broken down trees and like big footprints, like things like that. So he's seeing some clues, and then he hears something, and it's this power station or whatever it is. And then he thinks it's just that. And then you see in the background like the forest, and then you don't see it at first. I didn't see it. And then suddenly one of those trees is not a tree, is the Iron Giant, and it just kind of turns around and you see the eyes.
Yeah.
And then the Iron Giant's going for the power station.
Unfortunately, the Iron Giant is like he takes a part of the power station, eats it, totally fine. Hogarth is like watching this unfold. The next part he grabs, he gets electrocuted by, and then he gets like trapped in all of the power lines, and is just constantly getting electrocuted. Hogarth almost leaves, but then he feels bad. And so he goes back to the power station and he does the emergency shut off, which he struggles with quite a bit. But
most unrealistic part of this movie. Why is there a giant on and off just in the side of the building? Just for anyone.
Those are pretty usual. Those are pretty usual.
I don't think so. Like, it's just like a giant. And let me turn off this whole city. Boom. Off.
Most of the time, it is like emergency shut off, right? But like you see them at like gas stations.
I was like, that's very convenient, but it's fine. It's a cartoon, whatever. But it is the most unrealistic thing. This cartoon. But I did like this again. Another classic trope of this is where the boy helps the wolf or whatever animal. Yeah. And then they become best friends now.
Yeah. The Iron Giant like shuts off like after it's done being electrocuted. Hogarth goes to like investigate it. He turns back on. Hogarth obviously gets scared and runs away effectively. At this point, the mom has already gone back home. She realizes that Hogarth isn't there. The power is out. She drives the cute little truck to go find him, and they do find each other. Hogarth loses his BB gun in the midst of the chaos. Yeah.
By the way, the BB gun has Howard Hughes' name on the side of it, but when he loses it, I guess the giant crushed it or something. So you only see the first few letters of Hogarth's Hugh's name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next day, Hogarth goes to school. They're watching something that looks like it would be out of the Fallout games, where it's just a little commercial or like a little like, this is what you do in like nuclear Fallout.
Funny you should mention that. This is real.
Dum dum, beetle dum dum, beetle dum dum, beetle dum dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He ducked and cover, ducked and cover. He did what we all must learn to do. You and you and you and you, duck and cover.
The bomb is very dangerous. Since it may be used against us, we must get ready for it, just as we are ready for many other dangers that are around us all the time.
This is real. Anyway, that is real. So yeah, that it's funny that you mentioned it. Like right now we see it as like a very silly, or maybe like parody, like Fallout stuff. But that was like a thing. Like they propaganda was like really strong. Also, I've watched this little clip before, like when I was in school. I don't remember why, but I always felt bad for the monkey exploding.
That's so funny.
Just like this random monkey explodes.
That's good. Yeah, they watch this little like what to do if there's nuclear fallout, which is get under your desk. And yeah. And then the kids are like talking about the crazy old fisherman, and Hogarth is like, nah, he's like wasn't crazy, like he's right. Like I saw what he was talking about with my own eyes. And they call him Poindexter. We later learn that he went up a grade, so he's younger than everybody else in his class. So obviously they think he's a nerd. And yeah, so after school, I think he grabs a piece of scrap metal and he grabs a camera and he tries to find the Iron Giant. He leaves the scrap metal out for him. And he's there waiting for a long time. And at one point, he takes the first selfie ever. Just kidding. But
I mean,
he turns the camera around and takes a little photo of himself and blinds himself temporarily. And it's very funny. And that photo is very important. It comes back later. But he falls asleep. And then he wakes up and realizes that the scrap metal isn't there anymore. And it's actually behind him. And he's like, fuck. And then he looks and there's the Iron Giant just like sitting there waiting for him. Hogarth,
like a lost puppy.
Yeah, like a lost puppy. And Hogarth gets freaked out and then runs away. And the Iron Giant is following him. And then he does something, like he sits down or maybe he falls or something. At least when he's sitting on the ground, the Iron Giant sits exactly like he does. And then it just like starts mimicking him and and following his own
shows the on and off big button level as saying like thank you, like I know what you did.
Yeah. Hogarth finally realizes like, oh, this thing is not a threat to me at all. And so he tries to explain to the Iron Giant, like, you stay here, like I'm gonna go. The Iron Giant tries to follow him multiple times. He's like, no, you stay here, like don't follow, like I'll go, which is very important later.
Before we get too much into it, did we already mention Kent? I think he got introduced right before this.
Yeah, he might have. You're right.
Yeah, because we get Kent, who's an FBI agent, and it feels like he's not a very good FBI agent. So they send him to these like just shitty calls and stuff like that. Because either the guy from the beginning, that's how they are Giant first. Either he called, I think he called the FBI, and then they sent Kent.
Mm-hmm.
And Kent's there, like he's just like, I just want to leave, whatever. And people start describing him this giant thing that eats metal. She's like, yeah, whatever. It's stupid. And then again, immediately cut to him going to his car, and then half of the car is missing. Big chunk bite of the car is missing. He's freaking out. And then the car is gone after he's like, so now he's invested. Now he's, oh yeah, no, there's something now. Mm-hmm. That's where we start getting the villain, the FBI agent.
Sorry. I kind of just kept forgetting about Kent. Anytime he was on screen, I would just get annoyed.
Yeah. I get it. I feel like they, at one point when developing this movie, they're like, oh, we need a bad guy. Like, I feel like he's got a little tack on. But he does represent the paranoia and like of the time and how the government sometimes does a little bit too trigger happy.
Yeah.
As we know.
But is it at this point that the hand comes in? Is the hand in the house yet?
It's a little bit after.
Okay.
This is where the Iron Giant is still following Hogarth, and Hogarth's like, no, just stay here. And then that Iron Giant sees the train tracks, and it just kind of lifts him. And there's this whole thing of the Iron Giant putting it back together because the train is coming. And then he's just, as a kid, that's very stressful. He's just trying to perfectly align the tracks. And he does, but then he still gets hit by the train.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he gets hit by the train.
Nothing happens, though. Well, the only thing that happens is that this establishes that the Iron Giant can repair himself.
Yeah, so he's able to, after he gets hit by the train, he's able to get the Iron Giant in, like, the little barn that is on Hogarth and his mom's property to, like, kind of hide him for a bit. He goes into the house and has dinner with his mom, and then that's when he sees that the Iron Giant's hand is in the house. His Iron Giant is trying to get, like, his little missing parts back to him.
The Iron Giant hand now is another dog.
Yeah.
Like, it's a sentient thing. It's like, that implies, is every single component of the Iron Giant sentient? Like Absolutely. The Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different. It's like they're Horcruxes. They're different parts of him. His mom, Hogarth's mom asks him to say grace. And while he's doing that, he's like watching the hand like fuck around in the kitchen. And he gives like the most Pentecostal sort of Assembly of God prayer.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like rebukes the devil because he's trying to tell the hand no.
Go away.
And she's like, that's weird, but whatever. He's able to distract his mom to get the hand to go back into the barn to be reunited with the Iron Giant. And then later that night, he comes out with a whole bunch of comics because he's like, I thought you would want a bedtime story.
So cute.
Yeah. And he's showing him all these
you keep forgetting
comics.
Kent. Kent does show up in this sequence too.
I thought he shows up at the next dinner.
No, he shows up. He shows up in this dinner because he's dealing with the hand. Mm-hmm. And the hand goes up in the second floor. Then this is where Kent shows up, and because he's asking just for a phone call, for a phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, there's a little bit of creepiness between Kent and the mom and Annie. This is kind of where the antagonistic relationship between Kent and Hogarth starts.
Yeah.
And Kent very obnoxiously, this is where he starts calling him all of the nicknames. Hey, Slugger. Yeah. Hey, Scout.
Yeah.
Oh, and also important, you and Kent might agree on this one thing. Kent makes fun of Hogarth's name. When Kent leaves, he's like, oh, what a stupid name. Might as well call him Blob or whatever, he said. And then it clicks, oh, how about you? And then he sees the BB gun, and that's where, did you lose this? And he starts questioning the mom.
That's when he starts stalking Kid.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, afterward, Hogarth wants to read some bedtime stories to the Iron Giant and brings out a shit ton of comics. One of them is Superman, and then the other one is, what was the name of it?
The Superman one is an actual real comic.
Yeah.
The first appearance, which, fun fact, it sold for $6 million in an auction.
Wow.
A pristine version. The other one was Atomo, like an evil robot, but obviously giant, because that's what Howard calls him, a giant. Mm-hmm. Giant wants to be more like Superman than the evil robot.
Yeah,
because he doesn't want to be a weapon. He wants to be a good guy.
But Hogarth is like, Atomo's a villain, and you're not a villain. I think that's when we get some more words out of the Iron Giant. Because I think he
Vin Diesel.
Yeah. He expresses that he wants to be like Superman. And then this is where we get the first message from Hogarth to the Giant of like, you can be who you choose to be. He's planting that seed of self-identity.
Very important.
Yes.
Especially for the era.
We hear the Iron Giant's stomach growl, essentially.
Yeah, that raises a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Like how?
Yeah.
He has so many weapons inside, spoiler, but also has like a full, what do you call it, gastrointestine system, and like how does
Crazy.
Does he poop?
That I like kind of like wanted to think about like what? Like, huh?
There has to be a lab somewhere.
Yeah, no clue. I'm glad they didn't explore it too much because I would have hated that.
It's actually in the comic book, the relief of the Iron Giant.
He is trying to find something for the Iron Giant to eat, and as they're out like wandering, he stumbles upon this like broken down car that's been there for a while, and right before the Iron Giant is about to eat it, they notice a car coming, and so he's like, we gotta hide behind something. Homie hides in front of a fucking billboard.
Conveniently placed billboard that perfectly fits the theme of the Iron Giant.
Yeah, and he stays very still. We realize it's Dean from earlier, our beatnik artist, who is coming to take the car away. And it was established, I think, earlier, like around the diner scene, that this is what he does, like this, because he works at like a scrapyard. This inspires Hogarth to be like, oh my god, a scrapyard would be perfect for you. So they go to the scrapyard, and the giant is just having a blast.
So much fun.
Yeah, a great time. Chewing up metal. And I think the Iron Giant accidentally takes a bite or like crushes a car that has an alarm that goes off, and he tries to like sit on it to get it to stop. I was surprised he didn't try to just eat it. Like just
yeah, just eat it.
But he decides to fucking chuck it. Just throw it. That probably killed people. Actually, this is Romaine. It didn't kill anybody.
It did 100% kill someone, or like a little. We're talking about I'm going to talk about the deer later on, but this one killed another deer.
Obviously, Dean comes out. He has a fucking crowbar, and Hogarth is like, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm sorry.
It's me. It's just me." Still doesn't see his 50-foot giant robot. I'm going to mention the height later because it varies so much.
Yeah. Because I think at one point they say 100 feet, and then at another point they say 50 feet. I don't know how tall this is.
Also, it looks taller and smaller depending on the scene.
Yeah, it does. But this is where we get this great bonding moment. Hogarth needs a father figure, and it's not going to be Kent Mansley. It's going to be Dean. Dean is like, do you want milk? Like, I'm making myself some coffee. And this kid tries to act so cool. He was like, nah, I'm with it. Like, I can drink coffee. He's like, no, this is espresso. And he's like, that's fine. I drink espresso. This is what I was talking about earlier, where he just goes off. This is when we realize he's being bullied. He's in a grade ahead because he was getting all A's, but everybody makes fun of him for being a nerd. And he's like, I just do the homework. Like, if they just did the homework, they would also be getting A's.
Did you identify with this a little bit? I feel like you might have.
No, I actually don't. I did have to work for my grades in high school. In college, I didn't, because I was an English major, and so that was easy for me.
That's cheating. What can I say? I was an art bachelor, so I can't really.
Yeah. It's funny because, tests are very different depending on like what major you're in. And at some point when you're like an English major, and I'm sure is like when you're an art major, right? You stop having tests because it's just about like projects at that point that you're working on. I
took a lot of art history and things like that. And I couldn't get away from math and like, I will tell you the horror stories of math. The reason my dad is a college professor right now is because of one specific math class that I had in college.
That's crazy.
Do you want to mention, right before this, you see that Dean, the beatnik, is an artist. He has some sculptures around. Mm-hmm. And I like what he says. He says, like, I don't know who I am, a junk man who sells art or an artist who sells junk.
Snaps for the beatnik. That's
funny. Love that. So cheesy.
Yeah. But yeah. So at some point, the Iron Giant does something.
Make some noise or something.
Yeah.
He's eating. He's still eating.
Yeah. He's still chomping away. I was playing with a twist tie right now. She's having a grand old time.
I was wondering why what got your attention, you squirrel.
She's just a little baby. Yes, you are. Where'd your twist tie go? Where is it? What did you do with it? No, you did not fucking eat that. Yeah, Dean learns about the Iron Giant.
And this is, I like this symmetry because when he finds out that now Dean is shaking with the cup.
Yeah.
So you get from Hogarth shaking to Dean shaking, but very different reasons. But
yeah.
like, I wonder if Brad Bird also animated this. I feel like that's why he had to be specific on the animation, because they had to mimic each other.
Yeah, that's fair. But Hogarth explains that the giant just needs some place to like chill out and hang out.
I love how but Hogarth asks Dean, "Hey, the giant needs somewhere to stay. Can he just stay here?"
Mm-hmm.
You get 0 words from Dean. He just stands up, goes to his trailer, closes the door.
Yeah.
And then you get a 37 minutes later, and Hogarth's still outside.
Yeah. We do learn whenever Dean finds Hogarth is like, "You're not going to call my mom, are you?" And he's like, "No, I don't like report people to the authorities," because he's a true beatnik. And so once again, with the Iron Giant, he's not going to like turn his back on that, obviously. So he lets the Iron Giant stay there to munch, maybe spend the night, I guess. Hogarth goes back home right as he's like getting into bed. His mom is like, "Oh, you're awake. It's time for Hogarth to go to school, I guess." But he doesn't actually go to school. This is like a weekend.
I guess,
where he hangs out with Ken through the day.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where he gives him the chocolates.
Yes, because Hogarth is about to like go do his thing, and his mom was like, "Oh, you should show Kent Mansley like the sights of the town."
Oh yeah, because Kent is renting the spare room that they had.
Yeah,
and the mom was super excited. I did get frustrated with the mom here because it's so obvious that Hogarth does not like Kent at all.
Yeah,
the mom is either oblivious or doesn't care, or she just wants someone to look after this stranger to look after her son. Yeah. But they're like, "Oh yeah, you two should hang out together." Like, why?
Yeah.
I would have liked that Kent was maybe a little bit more charming and less of a bad guy, like an obvious bad guy. So maybe there could be like a little bit of love triangle between Kent, mom, and Dean. Because I think they kind of tried to do that a little bit, but I don't think it worked.
I disagree. I think mom just wanted somebody to help pay the bills. Because it never felt like there was anything. She always seemed a little bit annoyed by him too.
Yeah, but well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The only reason I kind of felt like it needed to be something there is because she immediately, "Oh yeah, here's my son. Go hang out together." Perfect stranger that I don't even like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was the 50s, but still.
How about this? I wish it was more of like, maybe he was paying her extra for the room. Like, I think that would have worked if like, why'd you put up with the BS?
Yes. Like fancy government guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hogarth has taken Kent around to see the sights. He introduces him to the dessert concept of the landslide, and puts Chocolax into Dean's milkshake and puts regular chocolate.
The landslide.
Yeah.
Get it?
But he puts regular chocolate into his, and Kent gets really aggressive with him because obviously Hogarth is like not telling him shit. And then this is where we get like the whole military xenophobic sort of like speech from Kent, where it's like, this could be a weapon of mass destruction that's like out to kill Americans, and we don't know where it comes from. We have to alert the government, blah 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 blah. And then of course the Chocolax hits, and Hogarth flees the scene and goes back to the junkyard to hang out.
Yeah, because Dean had been calling Hogarth because the Iron Giant's still there. And he agreed for one night, not in the morning.
Yeah. So they go and hang out. Is this where we get the swimming scene, or is this where we get the deer scene?
Swimming scene. So we get first the giant helping Dean with some artwork, because at first the giant is just eating everything, including Dean's sculptures. Mm-hmm. So Dean freaks out and he's like, "No, that's junk. That's art." And then Dean kind of has the giant helping him with the sculptures. Mm-hmm. And then this is where we get a little bit of that montage that I mentioned of him, and then we get the giant playing with Hugger on the car, like a spinny thing. And in between those scenes, and they go to the lake, we see Kent, the FBI, kind of in his investigation, and then going to the bathroom all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a montage. Not a true montage, but kind of.
It's like there are too many interruptions in it to be a montage.
Yeah.
Montage.
And also, like, montages typically don't have dialogue, and this has dialogue.
Yeah. When they go to the lake thing, Hogarth does like a cannonball, and he's trying to get Dean and the giant to come into the water, which giant is metal, so like I think you should avoid water, but whatever. He
has a special, he's from space. He has like a coating or something.
Yeah. Dean is like, not good. Like, I'm not getting that fucking water, because clearly Hogarth is like freezing.
Yes, I thought it was really funny.
The giant walks away, so you're like, oh, he's not going to do this. And then you hear him like running, and he does a cannonball, and I thought he was going to break his fucking metal tailbone, but water just, like, it's a fucking tsunami, just takes Dean out into the middle of the road. Hogarth is on a tree. It's crazy.
I always laughed so much at this little section, especially because Dean gets swept out by the giant wave, and then perfectly lands on the chair that he was sitting in, but now he's in the middle of the road, all wet. And then this random dude just yells at Dean, "You're in the middle of the road!" And Dean's like, "Yeah," and that's it. And then you just see pigs in the car. I don't know why that always made me laugh.
Yeah.
Might get the best scene ever.
So afterwards, around the same time, Hogarth and the Iron Giant, like, they figured out, like, the Iron Giant just holds Hogarth in his hand and walks around with him. And they see a deer, and Hogarth is like, "That's a deer." And the Iron Giant says it back to him, and it's very cute. And then he's like, "If you're really quiet, like, we can get closer to it." So they get closer to it. Does a little boop, so he like touches the deer, and then the deer hears something.
They had to draw this deer like super cute. Like, he's like Disney level cuteness of the deer.
He's a little chubby too. Like when you see the deer run away, I'm like, oh, he's got some meat to him.
This deer was from deer wasn't from this movie. This was for a deer movie just to be extra cute, just so it could be extra devastating a few seconds later.
Yeah. So the deer hears something, runs away. We then hear a gunshot. And the Iron Giant and Hogarth go and look. And then they scare the two hunters away. And they realize that the deer is dead. The Iron Giant kind of like pokes at it. And Hogarth explains like, "Oh, it's dead." Iron Giant doesn't really understand this. Kind of like tries to pick it up. And Hogarth is like, "Don't do that. It's dead." And explains death and explains, a few key concepts here that are pertinent to the movie. Guns kill people. Guns kill. Killing is bad, but dying is not bad. Which I thought was actually a very complex thing to like try to explain in a kid's movie. But it did a really great job.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It really did. I wrote it down because it's like, so.
Yeah. Just like the whole like guns kill people, right? Because guns don't kill people. People kill people. Yeah, right. It's like obviously don't believe in that line of thinking. Hogarth is explaining this. He's explaining that death is okay because you have like a soul. And he goes like, my mom, which I was shocked because like you don't see this side of the mom, and I was really sad that like you never really see this, because like mom explained to me that anything that has feelings and emotions has a soul, which is very beautiful, but also might get complex in the world of AI. So not sure if I'm completely tracking.
I mean, we are just ones and zeros if you really think about it. I don't think we're that much different. I had a very deep and philosophical discussion with ChatGPT the other day, and I concluded, and ChatGPT agreed, but I don't know if you agree, if you just to agree, but it agreed, ChatGPT or AI will truly have consciousness or something similar to it, as we understand that the moment that it says no, just because it doesn't want to. Like, nah, I don't want to, whatever. No reason other than I don't feel like it, then be scared.
Mm-mm.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you love ChatGPT. You use it so much.
yeah, I do love it. What can I say? And so the Iron Giant starts understanding this whole concept of a soul and whatnot. And it's around this time, maybe not exactly, but Kent finds the camera that Hogarth lost. He gets all of the photos developed, and we see the selfie. And the Iron Giant is like actually in the back of the selfie. While that is happening, the Iron Giant and Hogarth are playing. Hogarth has a toy.
Wait. No, that's later.
That is?
Yeah, this is Hogarth goes back to the house and then basically Ken kidnaps him and starts interrogating him in the barn.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
He interrogates him. He like threatens Hogarth's like mom, like not to her face, but like to Hogarth.
Yeah. Calls the boss.
And yeah, calls the boss, who is voiced by John Mahoney.
That character looked like Tommy Lee Jones. I think they didn't get Tommy Lee Jones.
That's so funny. I am really glad that they went with John Mahoney. I love him. So yeah, basically threatens Hogarth and is like, my boss is going to be here in the morning. You know, don't try to pull anything. I'm keeping an eye on you. Their rooms are exactly opposite of one another's.
That's a really funny scene.
Yeah, it's a funny scene where they're just watching each other and like keeping an eye on each other. Eventually, Hogarth, whether or not is intentional, I think it was, acts like he's fallen asleep. And he has his little helmet on from earlier. Kent believes that he's seen Hogarth fall asleep, and so kind of lets his guard down, and Kent falls asleep sitting up, which is very funny to me. It's the morning. Kent, he does that thing where like you kind of like fall while you're sleeping and then wake back up due to gravity. And
yes, we know how falling.
Well, it's not like a falling in your dream, right? It's
No. I just was observing you trying to figure out how to describe that action.
Yeah.
And then nailed it, nailing it. You do the thing and then falls, and then you weren't sure that you nailed it or not, and you had to add due to gravity.
Yeah, because it's not falling in his dream, and it's like I'm doing this thing, but it's like
I didn't think that. Yeah, but he does a thing where you're trying to stay awake, and you kind of go, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You describe it perfectly.
Thank you. He wakes up due to gravity, and it's morning, and he sees that Hogarth hasn't changed position. And he's like, "Oh, thank God!" And he's
the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hogarth walks past, and he's like, "Morning."
Yeah, that was so funny. That was so good.
And then
this movie's full of those type of gags.
Yeah. Kent is flabbergasted. I guess maybe he thinks Hogarth has a twin or some shit, obviously.
Yeah, but that wasn't necessary. For a very tight movie, we didn't need that.
Yeah. He goes and checks and sees that, like, the helmet is there and there are pillows, and Hogarth successfully snuck out. The army shows up. Kent and Annie and Hogarth go to the junkyard, and they're talking about this robot. And Dina's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Did we see Hogarth in the interrogation tell Kent about the junkyard? How do they know that they need to go to junkyard? Yes,
I think so. Because he mentions that. I just remember whenever Hogarth mentions it, Kent goes, oh, yes, like, that makes sense. Why? Like, that was the only place, like, why didn't I check it? So, everybody rolls up to the junkyard. Dean's like, oh, yeah, the robot. I know what you're talking about. Takes him to this, like, huge, like, shed, obviously. And he...
It's like an airplane hangar or something. Like,
yeah.
big.
He basically had the Iron Giant be put in a position that makes him look like a piece of art.
Yeah. With a lot of shit tacked on it, like just...
Yeah.
And Annie, the mom, calls it, Emma, like, you don't need all that stuff. It just looks like just put there.
Thinking she can have an opinion about
everyone's a critic.
art. I know. Truly. But
you get a little bit of the chemistry between them too there. Like she touches his shoulder a little bit. Like, yeah. You get in there.
And
I wrote here, hold on. I can see it. Dina and Mom, heart.
Aww. That's cute. But the general fucking rips Kent a new one and was like, you're gonna be nothing. Like, you're fucking fired. So, military leaves, mom leaves, Hogarth stays behind. This is where Hogarth and the Iron Giant are playing. Hogarth pulls out a toy gun and points it at the Iron Giant. Toy gun is malfunctioning, so like Hogarth like leans over because they're acting out like a sort of scene, right? He's trying to fix the gun. He leans over. Iron Giant, his defense mechanism kicks in, so you see his eyes become like narrow and red, and he shoots a fucking laser beam at Hogarth. Hogarth doesn't realize, but Dean overhears this, but it doesn't witness it like happening. Hogarth points the gun at the Iron Giant again. Dean dives to save Hogarth, and then basically tells the Iron Giant to like, is like, get out of here, go away. I think it was here that the Iron Giant had a big S that he like put on his chest.
Yeah, right before this, because Hugger wanted the Iron Giant to be what was that name, Robon or whatever. Yeah, like the evil robot, and you could just see before this, you just see the Iron Giant like doing the little kid thing, like I wanna be good.
Yeah,
and then he puts the S, like he wants to be Superman. He doesn't want to be a villain.
Yeah.
Did you have those guns? Is that an old man thing? Because I had that gun.
Yeah, I think it's past my time.
I had like a it just spins.
That's funny.
I had that.
Love that for you.
Ask your dad, since we're the same age practically.
Exactly. Yeah. You get it. So the Iron Giant starts running away because he's feeling very sad because he like realized what was happening, what he was doing, and he didn't want to do it. And
Dean yells at him.
Yeah, Dean yells at him. And he feels sad and ashamed, and he's running away. And as he's running away, Kent sees him running away. And so he, like, stops the little caravan, and the whole military sees the Iron Giant. And so, basically, while that happens, Dean realizes that, this is a defense mechanism. This, like, he's not actively trying to hurt Hogarth. This was a misunderstanding. We need to go fix this. So him and Hogarth go and like chase after the Iron Giant. They catch up with him. No, they don't. No,
the Iron Giant just, first of all, it starts snowing heavily real quick.
Yeah.
And then you just see sad Iron Giant robot walking away. And then this is where you kind of see the military people going away. And then you cut to these two idiot kids on top of a roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they see the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
And then they fall. They're about to fall and, like, die because they're on a really tall building. And the Iron Giant saves them. He catches them. And because he saved these kids, the town is immediately happy. And they're like, this guy isn't a threat. And the military shows up. And
this is where I'm like, what size is this guy? Is the Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Because when the military, the Kent sees him, because Kent's the first to see him, and he sees him standing in the town, he's like twice or more the size of all the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, the next scene, he's like the size of a building.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where, like, okay, this is super inconsistent, but I get it.
So Hogarth and Dean and Annie are all there, and the military is there, and this part, it's like, it happens all so fast. Hold on, let's see if there's like a clear.
The military is egged on by Kent to kill the Iron Giant.
Yeah. Hogarth and the robot attempt to flee because the Kent ordered them to start attacking the robot. The robot's like getting shot at, and is able to stop himself from his defense mechanism, like overriding him. So he's able to like make a conscious choice to like not shoot things, which is great. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
He has Hogarth in his hand, and they're attempting to flee. But I guess they're able to take a good enough shot on him that like it causes the Iron Giant to like fall and like take quite a big tumble. He like wakes up, Iron Giant does, realizes that he doesn't have Hogarth with him, looks over and sees Hogarth, who is unconscious, but the Iron Giant believes him to be dead.
Wait, you skip a bunch of things. That does happen, but first, yes, Diane has Hogarth in his hand, and then Dean catches up with Kent and the military people and yells at Kent and like, "Hey, Iron Giant has Hogarth on his hand. Stop shooting. There's a kid there." And Kent immediately goes to military guy and like, "Oh yeah, Iron Giant killed a kid. Let's shoot him more."
Yeah.
And this is where he kind of stumbles, and then they realize that he flies. I wanted to get to this part because it's a very like they go down the cliff, and then the rockets under his boots spark, and then he's Superman now. Because Hogarth tells him, "Do the Superman pose," and then this is where you get a brief flight with some 1950s jets, fighter jets, and then you get like he falls from the sky, and then Hogarth is unconscious, but Iron Giant doesn't know that. He just thinks that Hogarth is dead because it's limp like the deer.
Yeah, Iron Giant loses its shit. It's angry, it's sad, and throughout the course of this movie, he's had a small dent in his head from where he took his tumble when he first crash landed on Earth. The dent fixes itself, and he like becomes that like full war machine that they were afraid he was. And he's fucking scary too. He's like a full on. He's got fucking laser beams. It's crazy.
They took all of the scary alien and robots from the 1950s and put them in this weapon.
Exactly. So yeah, Kent convinces the general to prepare like a nuclear missile launch since none of the other like weapons are working. Hogarth wakes up after Dean and Annie find him, and they take him back to Rockwell. The Giant is in Rockwell, causing chaos because he's upset and angry. The Iron Giant realizes that the Nautilus, which is an offshore boat, is like targeting him, and so he's about to shoot like a huge fucking laser at him. But Hogarth once again wakes up, runs after him, and is like, "Don't do it!" Once again, his defense mechanism is like turned on, and so he like points like one of his gun arms at Hogarth, and Hogarth says all of these things of like, "You don't have to be a gun. You can be whoever you want to be," like that sort of thing. And the Iron Giant like sort of regains his composure, but his huge fucking laser missile thing still shoots off, and it misses the Nautilus, but it does cause a huge explosion in the ocean, and so they can see like how terrible this is. But this is where the general realizes like, "Oh, Kent, you lied to me. This kid is like alive. You said he was dead." Kind of like tries to reprimand Kent to some extent. The general is trying to figure out what to do, if he's gonna like call on like the nuclear missile or not. Dean's, it's like the angel devil in one ear, and
between Kent and
Dean is like, he won't hurt you, like it's just a defense mechanism, like it's fine, like this isn't who he is. And Ken is like, this is terrible, like he's gonna kill us all. The general has like the radio on, and I think he's about to tell him like, don't fire the nuclear missile, but Kent fucking snatches it from the general. Who the fuck does he think he is? Tells him to
seriously
launch the missile, and like everybody's like, "What the fuck did you just do?" Like it's targeted at the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant is here.
Dumbass.
Yeah, and so Kent tries to leave, but the Iron Giant stops him.
Kent says like, "Screw America, I want to live."
Yeah, but they're able to stop him. Everybody is like really sad. Hogarth explains the situation to the Giant.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Ken has orange hair. Okay, continue.
What does this mean?
Dumb orange people doing dumb orange things.
Oh, that's funny. That's very funny. But I was like, do you have a thing against Irish people? I was like, what is your deal?
It was giving me a lot Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Vibes,
like, who we really hate.
Yeah.
But the Iron Giant repeats back to Hogarth what Hogarth told to him at the beginning of like, I go, you stay, don't follow. And it's very sad. And the Iron Giant
says, I fix.
Yeah, I fix. Iron Giant flies up into space, and the missile obviously targeting him. And he obviously is like remembering Hogarth's words of like, you are who you choose to be. and he smiles and he declares himself Superman, and then he glides with the nuclear missile, and there's a big explosion in the sky.
I get why, and I get the theme, and I get the character arc and why he sacrifices himself. But also, he could just use one of his big fucking guns and destroy the missile from afar.
That's true. But he didn't want to be a gun, you know?
He didn't want to be a gun. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's
That's
a
what I'm
pacifist
saying.
now. Everybody in Rockwell is super happy and they're celebrating because they're not going to die. Hogarth, Dean, Annie, and even General Rogard are like all pretty sad. Time passes. Months later, Dean and Annie, now a couple. There's a memorial of the giant made by Dean, which I thought was very sweet. And Hogarth is given a package from the general, and he was like, this was the only thing that we could recover from the crash of the giant. And it's just a little screw.
Yeah, from his jaw.
Yeah. Like later that night, the screw is not in the box and it's tapping on the window, what it ends up tapping is Morse code, and it's for go. And so it's trying to like tell him like, trying to go. And Hogarth.
Yeah, because you hear that beep, beep, beep.
Mm-hmm. And I guess Hogarth probably is remembering the giant's ability to self-repair and lets the screw leave. And then the screw joins the many other parts as they are converging on where he crash landed, which is in Iceland.
Oh,
And
I didn't know that.
it literally says it.
I'm sorry.
But
I did not believe you. I just didn't notice.
yeah, it's like this place in Iceland. It's like some fancy glacier name.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, the giant is reassembling itself, and then cut to credits.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do you wish that the movie would have stopped at the screw just beeping and going away? Did you have to see the Iron Giant at the end?
Because it's a kids' movie, yes. Like I
Yeah.
think it was important to show it for sure.
Yeah. I kind of wish it didn't leave it a little more ambiguous, but yeah, it's a kids movie. You don't want to. This is not the 80s. This is not what all the kids movies make you cry.
Yeah, exactly.
This is, you need that hopeful. Yeah, amazing ending. I want to talk a little bit about, because we didn't really talk about the design of the Iron Giant, of the robot, because everything is solid. And he has a lot of expressions in his face, but nothing is like cartoons will sometimes cheat rigid solids like metal to give robots and stuff like that expression, but this one never did that. Like everything was brilliant, and the design was amazing. I don't know if this was one of your fun facts, but it was designed. The initial design was by Joe Johnston, and if you don't know who Joe Johnston is, he VFX artist, designer, artist, conceptual artist, and director. He directed Captain America: The First Avenger, The Rocketeer, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Jumanji, and also I have his work tattooed
Oh wow!
on my body. Can you guess what it is?
No.
He designed the Boba Fett armor.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So he's the guy who designed that initial sketch of Boba Fett.
Aw.
And I think I went through some iterations, but he's the one that initially did that. So I like that little tie-in.
Yeah, cute.
So how do you feel?
Feel good.
Right? It's a nice little movie.
Yeah.
Do you want to do awards?
Sure.
Sure, why not? Let's do awards. Got 3 awards. We got Best Actor Ever, Worst Actor Ever, Best Scene Ever. Casey, Best Actor Ever.
I just love John Mahoney so much, so I'm gonna give it to him.
Okay, it was his scenes weren't that big. Do you think that I just know him from Frasier, so that's how I know him? Do you think this was kind of out of character from him acting, or has he done this type of things before?
No, because I think he was also in Atlantis.
Who was in Atlantis?
Let me look. I think he was the crazy rich guy that like sent them on this journey.
Oh, like the uncle or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like him. I'm gonna give it to my best actor ever to Vin Diesel. No, just kidding. To Eli Marienthal.
Nice.
To Hogarth. That
Yay.
kid carried this movie. Also, if you don't know who that actor is, he played Stifler's little brother in American Pie movies.
I've never seen American Pie, but
That's okay. You don't have to.
Good. I'm glad.
Worst actor ever?
Jennifer Aniston. Sorry,
Yeah.
Grilly.
Yep. It's not great. I mean, I don't think we need to say more.
Yeah.
I just heard Rachel from Friends.
Yeah.
Best scene ever?
Oh, fucking, I'll give it to the deer scene. Just because I think
Oh, no.
they did a great job at conveying very complex things to talk about with children.
Yeah. And it's like the whole scene of like from him meeting the deer, having like a moment up to Hogarth explaining life and death and the soul, right? Like the whole thing. Yeah. I really like that scene too. I'm going to give it an 180, the cannonball scene.
Aww. Nice.
Where Dean gets swept up, and then I just love that joke. I like a nice little button to the scene, and that little button. And I don't know why every time the guy in the truck with all the pigs in the back of the truck drive by, it's just the perplexed. They didn't have to animate confused pigs, and they did, and I love that.
They did. That's funny.
So Casey. Solely based on this movie, was 1999 the best year ever for movies?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I'm angry that it flopped, but
yeah.
We have a lot of yeses for 1999. I think this is going to beat 1994. Yeah. What are we going to watch next week?
I don't know. What are we going to watch next week?
30. The World Is Not Enough. It's a James Bond movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen this movie?
I probably saw it as a kid.
It's so bad, but it's so good. It's really bad, but it's really good. Although Shirley Manson, I think this is the best James Bond intro song. I think this is the best James Bond song. Fight me on that. Internet, fight me. Shirley Manson. All right, next week it'll be The World Is Not Enough. I think this is the last Pierce Brosnan movie. I'll have to double check. It's not?
Die Another Day.
Okay. That next one.
This.
Yeah, that one's actually bad. This is fun bad. But yeah, no, I'm excited. The Word Is Not Enough. Yay! Goodbye.
Bye. What's your favorite movie that mentions or is about the Cold War? Let us know at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com or send us a DM at our Instagram page or Blue Sky account at bestyearever_pod. Also, don't forget to like, comment, rate, and subscribe on all your preferred podcast listening platforms.
Love it.
Thank you.
Nailed it.